Let go in the right way for a carefree life. The Buddha teaches letting go, not abandonment. Making others uneasy will cause them to avoid you, so even if you have ample justification, be gentle. Let your principles be firm, but your manner be harmonious. Each act of forgiveness creates blessings. The broader your heart, the greater your fortune. When you want to criticize someone, first check whether you yourself are free from fault. Then speak. When it comes to talking things over, saying more is less effective than saying less, and saying less is less effective than speaking at the right time. Don't be too harsh on someone who has made a mistake, yet stay away from those who refuse to admit and correct their errors. Remember, the first time you yield is generosity, the second time is respect for the relationship, but the third time can turn into weakness. Don't fear having lots of work, fear having lots of drama. Being busy spares you from gossip, while being too idle can rob you of meaningful joy. It's not backstabbing that's frightening, but rather turning around to find the one who betrays you is the very person you treated with genuine sincerity. Don't be afraid to open your heart to friends, only be wary that as soon as you turn away, your openness becomes a laughing matter in someone else's idle chit-chat. What do you think is the highest form of interaction? It's treating even the people closest to you with respect and patience. Knowing how to resolve sorrow is wisdom. Being able to share love is happiness. Always remember, the brightest is the sun, and the greatest benefactors are our parents. A person of integrity is magnanimous, but petty individuals often scheme. If you can grasp these ways of dealing with life, you'll know how to respond appropriately. 7 aspects of time. Those who don't make time for their loved ones will eventually have to make time for loneliness. Those who don't make time to rest will eventually have to make time for illness. Those who don't make time to exercise will eventually have to make time to lose weight. Time is fair to everyone. If you overdraw it now, you'll have to compensate later. Life is like a game of chess, and your opponent is time. Sometimes the fiercest battles are decided in mere seconds. There are decisions or words that once spoken in a moment may take the rest of one's life to remedy, just as someone on the brink of death cannot buy even one more breath, no matter how wealthy they are. Therefore, while you are still healthy, while you still have time, try to do beneficial and necessary things. Don't wait until everything is gone to regret in vain. Words of wisdom. Do not wait for others to help you financially, because money is never enough for anyone. Learn how to give. It's good and righteous for friends to help each other, but if they don't, that's still normal. No one owes you anything. Train yourself to be independent, resilient, optimistic, and happy, because ultimately, only you are intimately tied to your own life and death. You must learn self-reliance. Never choose friends solely based on wealth or poverty. Even if someone has untold riches, it may not concern you. Don't make yourself their servant. In this world, there are those who, even with just one loaf of bread, would share half with you. Cultivate the insight to recognize friends worthy of your trust. There certainly exist faithful, unwavering loves in this world, but they belong to characters like the cowherd and weaver maid Liang Shanbo and Zhu Yingtai, or Romeo and Juliet. They all died young. Whereas we live longer, so we must learn how to maintain relationships wisely. Don't be overly attached to anything. This world doesn't revolve just around you, and Earth doesn't spin solely for you. Thus, don't cling stubbornly to what you have. At most, we're travelers through life, born with nothing and departing with nothing. So learn to let go. A few realizations. Money is meant to be spent. Having just enough for your needs is good fortune. Too much can become a burden. A house is for shelter. If it becomes a lifelong encumbrance, its size or grandeur doesn't matter. The only thing that matters is living there happily. The location doesn't matter. A place with fragrant flowers and wild grass can be the best spot. A vehicle is a means of transport, not a tool for flaunting. Which car you drive doesn't matter as long as you depart and arrive safely and joyfully. Status is the result of striving. Having moderate status can be a blessing, because too high or too powerful a status can also disrupt your peace. Eating and drinking are meant to nourish us, like a type of medicine. Overindulgence is harmful. Eating in moderation is beneficial, but overeating causes harm to your own body. In this life, what do we ultimately discover? Living doesn't require extravagant luxury, just that each day passes with meaning. Happiness doesn't come from comparing yourself to others. It's felt gradually with a mindful heart. Genuine, lasting joy does not come from external factors, but stems from one's inner being. Human simplicity can be both refreshing and frightening. A kind heart can forgive all things, but a malicious heart can harm countless people. If you're too clever, others may distance themselves. If you're too strict in your dealings, you invite resentment. If you confront every problem head-on and cling to every advantage, trying to squeeze out all possible gains, you eventually lose people's goodwill and degrade yourself. Therefore, when faced with financial gain, it helps to be somewhat naive so as not to lose harmony. When dealing with favors, being a bit foolish keeps your conscience clear. When fighting for fame and fortune, feign a bit of ignorance to avoid mental strain. When hearing baseless rumors, remain somewhat oblivious so they don't trouble your mind. No one in the world is perfect, and each person has their own style. Some are admired, some provoke envy, but deep inside, everyone hopes to avoid messy drama. Those who are truly wise do not live too cunningly, always scheming. They keep a touch of naivete to remain kind-hearted and steer clear of endless strife. Life is short. Being satisfied with what you have makes for an unburdened mind. In a busy life, being a bit foolish keeps you carefree. Maintaining sincerity in your heart, constantly judging others' flaws is already a failing, and faulting them is even worse. If you measure everyone according to your own standards, no one can pass the test. Trying to eliminate your opponent completely doesn't push them to a dead end. It only blocks your own retreat. Always scrutinizing others' affairs doesn't diminish anything from them. It merely leaves you no time to look up at the vast sky and wide earth. Those who are too domineering have no friends, and those with a stingy heart only tire themselves out. Only kindness nurtures real connection and can embrace the whole world. When you have time, sit quietly and reflect on your mistakes. When you're idle, avoid gossiping about others, good or bad. Speech may not directly harm you, but it can quickly erode virtue. The worst kind of negative karma arises from malicious words or slander. So be careful what you say, and don't speak of baseless matters. Even joking has its limits. When you criticize, don't be ruthless. Keep some moral restraint. When rebuking, don't be too harsh. Keep some generosity. Even if you're in the right, don't pursue it to the bitter end. Leave some room for tolerance. When you handle conflicts, don't be excessively severe. Leave a possible path for retreat. Accepting others is also opening a chance for yourself. Empathizing with those around you fosters your own magnanimity. A person's tolerance comes from a benevolent heart. One's quality is shown by respect for others. Cultivation is revealed through a gentle demeanor. Considering others' needs is the hallmark of someone truly worthy of attention. If you respect others, life will respect you in return. Approach all things with calmness, and your own mind will naturally become serene. Not competing nor contending means less worry and fear. Foster kindness in daily interactions. Everything follows its own karma. Between people, if you see someone as a bodhisattva, they will appear saintly. If you view them as a demon, they will become terrifying. It's like looking into a mirror. Smile, and a joyful face looks back. Frown, and you see sorrow. It's the same among friends. Treat them with respect, and they'll respond politely. Treat them with disdain, and you'll receive disdain in return. So, in life, be genuine with friends, be forgiving with family, and be able to forgive your enemies. If you maintain a benevolent heart in dealing with others, over time they'll sense it and respond in kind. If your heart is filled with goodness, the quality of your life naturally improves. Form follows mind, and circumstances shift according to your mindset. If your kindness is big enough, it will manifest outwardly, spread to those around you, and bring about sweet returns. The most important thing. In a person's life, what's most important? Some say it's cars, houses, and money, and many people squander their health, degrade their spirit, and cheapen their own lives in pursuit of such things. Yet when you're gone, someone else holds the keys to your car, someone else lives in your home, and someone else spends your savings. Then, looking back on your entire lifetime, what truly matters? Some say it's status, position, and reputation. Many struggle daily for a certain rank, constantly vie for power, or scheme relentlessly for fame. Once you pass away, who cares about rank or status? Who ponders whether you were high or low, or how famous you were? 100 years from now, no one takes wealth or property along. Everyone, rich or poor, ends in dust. Noble or commoner, all that remains is a grave. Whether male or female, all is reduced to bones, so in the end, none of it is crucial. Living each day well is what matters. Safeguard your health, eat and drink sensibly, sow seeds of goodness, and enjoy peace and joy. Let your feelings run deep and genuine. One lifetime is enough if it's lived warmly and happily. Affections of the world. When you succeed, everyone surrounds you. When you fail, no one inquires. That's life. The friend you haven't seen for ages but who still checks in, that's truly heartwarming. If someone still thinks of you amid their hectic routine, cherish them. Relatives who stand by you no matter what never betray them. Those who are hot and cold unpredictably aren't worth fussing over. Human affections are like that. Feigned hearts receive false reciprocation. Only sincerity can touch others. In adversity, you'll see who stays warm or turns cold, and only then do you know who's really there for you. People should be forgiving but not enabling. In relationships, be genuine but not blinded. If you're unwelcome, you should withdraw gracefully. If needed, turn away. Missing a certain view won't kill you. Unrequited affection doesn't have to be pursued. Time shouldn't be wasted on the meaningless. Your feelings shouldn't be entrusted to the undeserving. Life writes its pages. Many may see you, but few truly understand. Many may talk about you, but fewer genuinely help you. You may meet many people, but trust is rare. Ultimately, you wipe your tears yourself. Bear the pain on your own. If no one understands, keep striving. If no one helps, persevere even more. As long as your conscience is clear, it's enough to hope things go well. Usually say what needs to be said, otherwise stay silent. That's a form of wisdom. Do wholeheartedly what needs doing, otherwise retreat. That's a form of insight. Reveal yourself when appropriate, otherwise lie low. That's a form of prudence. You can trust in others, but don't expect rewards. Accept benefits when you've contributed. If not, don't take them. The path of life is walked step by step. Genuine feelings accumulate bit by bit. One's story is written page by page. No one is plagued by misfortune forever, nor is anyone devoid of suffering their whole life. Maintain a positive attitude and things will improve. Reflect on yourself. Sometimes a single hostile word can spark a battle, while a kind phrase can foster much goodwill. Occasionally, convincing someone might require 1,000 words, yet a single sentence can destroy everything. Therefore, speak with great caution so you'll have no regrets. Everyone has strengths and weaknesses. Learn from others' good traits and minimize criticism. Anyone can be a teacher who helps you become better. If you only see and envy others' strengths, it's better to turn that gaze inward and genuinely learn. Rather than trying to manipulate others so you come out on top, strive quietly to strengthen yourself. Looking back, some of the things that once tormented us now seem trivial. Some pains that seemed unbearable pass like a breeze. Therefore, don't cling too tightly to anything. Keep calm, stay level-headed, and let go a bit. It's amazing how little remains that can't be released. Differences in perspective. If you feel exhausted, try a different perspective on life. If you feel pressured, change your environment and breathe fresh air. If you're uncertain, change your vantage point to evaluate. If you're hesitant, change your direction of choice. When you're sad, change your surroundings to find joy. When you feel troubled, change your mindset to resolve it. When you're resentful, change your approach to overcome it. When you lack confidence, change your attitude to face it. A slight shift in viewpoint can reveal many new insights. Preserving trust. Someone who dares to share their innermost thoughts with you trusts you never broadcast them. Someone who dares to lend you money believes in you, never break that trust. Someone who exposes their weaknesses in front of you relies on you don't betray them. Whether it's family, friendship, or love, all are afraid of placing sincere faith only to be betrayed. Trust is shattered when sincerity receives nothing in return. If someone has given you the full measure of their trust, it's a deep bond. Handle it with care. If you put your trust in the wrong place, it can become a weapon used against you. In this world, if you want to be trusted, be worthy of trust. If you keep your word, people will want to befriend you. If you are earnest, people will rely on you. If you are genuine, the world will feel safe placing faith in you. Points to keep in mind. No matter how bad your mood, don't show it on your face. Nobody really wants to see it. No matter how tired you are with your job, don't whine. No one will do your work for you. No matter how impoverished your circumstances, don't go around proclaiming it. Nobody's obligated to give you money. Even if disappointment weighs on you, don't collapse. Think of the hopes your parents and loved ones have for you, and keep going. No matter how discouraged you feel, don't give up, because the problem may not be the work, but you. Treasure every choice you make. No matter how difficult things get, don't complain. Everyone has their own burdens and can't always help you. So be stronger and find the delight in what you're doing. Even if you are criticized, don't despair. Nobody is born perfect at everything. We learn by giving our best effort to each task. Don't rush to think you're alone. In truth, few people truly understand what loneliness is. You have family, you have friends, you haven't really experienced the storms of life, so where does real loneliness come from? When you're sad or tired, learn to comfort yourself. If no one worries for you, then be stronger yourself. If no one cheers for you, learn to lift your own wings. If no one admires you, still maintain a neat and presentable self. Observe the grass at your feet, the flowers by the roadside, the leaves on the trees. Life can be humble, yet still so beautiful. Life is fleeting, and its brevity shouldn't be taken lightly. Nobody can buy good health. When you have time, look out at the vast rivers and mountains to refresh your spirit. Don't be too harsh on everything around you. All exist for their own reasons. Avoid judging others, especially those you don't truly understand. We only have the right to advise those close to us whom we genuinely care about. When you're angry, don't speak hastily, as you'll often regret words said in anger. Forgive those who've hurt you, but don't give them the chance to harm you again. Life may be hard, but never lose self-confidence. Better days await. Regardless of one's status, always treat your parents well, because one day you too will grow old. Never forget those who have helped you. Don't hate those who once loved you, and never deceive those who place their trust in you. Learn to adapt to circumstances. Between people, distance can grow or shrink. Between tasks, complexity can be simplified. Between affections, depth can shift. Don't expect anyone to treat you in some special way, and don't hope they'll have fewer calculations in mind. In life, some people speak little but do much. Others only gesture and criticize. Don't let it affect you too much. Just manage your own responsibilities. Do what you must do. Walk the path you choose. Keep your kindness. Maintain sincerity. Get along with others. Be strict with yourself. Beyond that, let things follow their natural course. The Buddha once said, "To those without affinity, no amount of speech is useful. To those with affinity, your mere presence can awaken them." Some things, once you clarify them, belong to the past. Some people, if you hold on to anger for a few days, they'll fade into memory. Some sorrows disappear the moment you can laugh at them. Some hardships help you become stronger by enduring a little pain. Sometimes what seems huge today might be insignificant tomorrow. What seems pivotal this year may be trivial the next. Even great feats might become mere legends in future generations. At most, each of us becomes someone else's anecdote. So, in your work or personal life, if something displeases you, remind yourself, today will pass, tomorrow will come. Let go of everything to start anew. In this world, some matters remain unaffected by how much you care, and caring more doesn't necessarily help. Life has no if only consequences and outcomes. How you accept your own life is up to you. No one else can decide it for you. Once you mature, you'll learn to face everything with a smile. A towering tree can't be without roots, and a person, no matter how brilliant, must not forget their benefactors. In one's life, remember those who lent you money when you were in need, those who stood by you in tough times, those who shared your sorrows, those who prepared your meals or medicine when you were sick, those who loved you sincerely when you had nothing, and those who patiently taught you when you knew nothing. If you always hold gratitude in your heart, you will win the hearts of many. One who wins people's hearts earns respect, and respect is given to those with genuine virtue. What do you care about most in life? If you place wealth at the center of life, you'll be worn out. If you make children your entire focus, you'll be exhausted. If you make love your sole purpose, you'll endure heartbreak. If you treat victory or defeat as your primary goal, you'll always be unsettled. If you practice tolerance as your way of life, you will find happiness. If you consider knowing what's enough as your standard, you'll always be content. If you turn gratitude into motivation, you'll become benevolent. Sometimes the depth of kindness can be underestimated when you're too easygoing. At work, anyone asks and you help. With your belongings, anyone inquires and you give. You overlook every fault, you bear every hurt. Know that some people, once indulged, forget gratitude. They assume you're strong so you don't need care, or that you're tolerant so they needn't observe boundaries. It's good to be kind, but only when given to the right people at the right time. If you sacrifice yourself for others every time, no one will care about how you feel. It's said, suffering a loss can be a blessing, but sometimes you need to show where you stand. Otherwise, the world might see you as naive and exploit you. Goodness is not stupidity, and moral decency is not foolishness. Everyone has their own thoughts and goals. Let your stance be known, keeping self-respect and preserving the worth of your virtues. A good destiny, good predestined bond, often arises from coincidences, but keeping it depends on many necessities. A good bond doesn't just mean leaving a favorable impression the first time you meet. It's that after knowing each other for a while, the other person still wants to stay by your side until the very end. A good bond is not about captivating someone with glamorous looks. It's about when they truly understand you, they still love the essence of who you are. A good bond doesn't need lamenting over meeting too late. It's that after going through ups and downs, they still cherish having met you. A good bond doesn't need to arrive early. As long as once it does, it stays because both parties know how to value and protect it. You blink, I wait. You treasure someone because once upon a time they touched your heart. If you decide to leave someone, it's usually because they've disappointed you. You can't judge a book by its cover. You need time to see someone's true nature. Don't hastily comment on someone's character. Only difficulties reveal who truly cares. In life, you only realize who is shoveling dirt over your head and who is there to lift you up once you're at rock bottom. A genuine friend walks with you from darkness until the sun shines again, holds an umbrella for you in the storm, and remains when everyone else has left. Such friendship is both precious and rare. Only a sincere heart can eventually meet it. Don't worry about how many friends you have. What matters is having someone to stand by you through life's storms. Love isn't about how long or short it is, but whether you can rely on it when you need to. What is deep affection? If you need something and I have it, then you shall have it too. That's genuine devotion. True loyalty is not about flowery promises when times are good, but about stepping up at critical moments. Day to day, there might be teasing or scolding, but when trouble hits, you're in it together. That's a real friend. Those who flatter you might not be sincere. Those who remain the same in your time of need are truly trustworthy. A good connection does not rely on time. A true friendship that arrives will not leave. If there's an affinity, no invitation is necessary. If not, forcing it is useless. Those who don't appreciate you will forget their vows sooner or later. Those who genuinely care about you need no grand promises and yet stay close. As for fate, simply do your best and let life take its course. This is often the best way. If you nurture openness, you'll live openly your whole life. If you keep a peaceful heart, you'll enjoy a tranquil life. If compassion flourishes within you, you'll accomplish great deeds. If you carry gratitude, you'll feel happiness. If you're aware of cause and effect, you'll make wise choices. If you know when to yield, life will be much more pleasant. If you maintain simplicity, everything becomes straightforward. If you practice self-reflection daily, you'll become ever more awakened. The more effort you put in, the luckier you become. Happiness doesn't depend on how large your house is, but on how much laughter it contains. Nor does it hinge on how many sweet words you hear, but on whether, when you're sad and vulnerable, someone is there to comfort and support you. What's truly precious is not material possessions, but the people beside you. We cannot force anyone to love us. We can only make ourselves worthy of love. When we were small, seeing blood was terrifying. Whether it hurt or not, we cried first. Growing up, we realized that many tears we shed hurt more than the sight of blood. But truly, in this life, aside from life and death, everything else is small stuff. From this day forward, no matter how troubling something is, don't torture yourself. No matter how bad the news, don't despair. Tomorrow is still on its way. Today is only a transition. Remember this: the harder you work, the luckier you get. You'll get through it all. Half of life is pieced together. Women, half angel, half demon. Men, half gentleman, half animal. Friends, half compatible, half in need of mutual respect. Marriage, half nurtured, half accepted. Family, half given, half received. Affection, half exchange, half preservation. Husband and wife, half tolerance, half caring. Children, half innate gifts, half upbringing. Parents, half filial piety, half closeness. Work, half luck, half effort. Money, half joy, half worry. Life, half memories, half pressing onward. Happiness, half is feeling, half is knowing when you have enough. Dreams, half is courage, half can be illusion. A lifetime, half requires alertness, half requires a bit of foolishness. Why fixate on petty gossip? Being misunderstood yet not explaining is magnanimity. Time will reveal the truth or falsehood. Being hurt yet not blaming is goodness. Life's warmth and coldness fluctuate. Time shows people's true colors. Being slandered yet not angered is self-cultivation. Time will illuminate the quality of your character. Often the difference between people lies not in how much they can uncover, but in how lightly they can view certain things. A big or small heart doesn't depend on how many people you know, but how many you can tolerate. Accepting losses doesn't necessarily mean you actually lose. Sooner or later, you'll be compensated in some form. Someone who's willing to yield loses little besides a bit of pride, yet gains people's regard. This makes them all the more dignified. Open your heart to forgive. In life, you'll encounter disappointments and people who don't align with you. If you can't learn to take things lightly and let go, you'll be trapped in endless irritation and fatigue. Between individuals, differences in knowledge, beliefs, and upbringing lead to divergent viewpoints and methods. Friction, conflicts, and disagreements are thus inevitable. At such times, forgiveness becomes both poise and a part of one's cultivation, like an umbrella helping you move forward through the storm. Forgiving others may require some sacrifice, generosity, or putting aside minor grievances. It's not weakness or cowardice. It's a path to walk more comfortably and freely. Life is like the sky. It won't always be clear and bright, delighting you. Sometimes it's gloomy, bringing dismay. Nor will life always offer good luck and happiness. Occasionally you must taste bitterness. Therefore, open your heart, practice forgiveness, move past the people and events that trouble you. You'll find yourself standing taller and seeing farther, all the way to the horizon. The entanglement of greed. People often pay excessive attention to others' reactions because they overly value their own desires. When a wish isn't fulfilled, they feel anguish. The larger one's greed, the more fragile they become. Those fixated on personal gain invariably get mired in calculations. The more one yearns for, the more one feels the loss. Much suffering comes from greed. If our greed is small, it's harder for others to exploit us. If we eliminate greed altogether, our troubles have nowhere to take hold, and we become free. Moderation in joy and sorrow. When people flatter you, be glad for a moment, but don't believe it fully, as most flattery is just placation. Don't let such sweet talk deceive you. When people criticize you, feel sorrow briefly, then calm down. Don't lash out in anger, for there may be a truth there worth correcting. If life truly brought endless misery, you'd have no time to lament. If you were utterly destitute, you wouldn't have energy to bemoan it. The very fact you can still complain means your hardship isn't absolute. No matter where or when, remember that you live for yourself. As long as you remain true to your conscience and fulfill your duties, that's enough. Destiny arises from the heart. Each path you choose shapes your fate. Don't dwell too much on the past. Live fully in the present and look towards the future. Tomorrow will surely be better. The wheel of karma. Criticizing others is like torturing yourself. Envying others is like belittling yourself. Admiring others too much is wasting yourself. Resenting others is making yourself angry. Deceiving others is fooling yourself. Breaking your word to others is undermining yourself. Obsessing over others is troubling yourself. Hindering others is harming yourself. Showing compassion to others brings joy to yourself. Respecting others earns you esteem. Forgiving others opens your own heart. Helping others fosters your goodness. Who would guess that within a teacup could bloom a lotus spreading fragrance? Who would guess the myriad winds carry the sea's breath, bright and free? I see you holding a scrap of paper, gazing at a silent leaf on the hillside. Who would guess that in one bird's flight lies a yearning for home, carried in its heart? We exist in this mundane world, still touched by the shadows of countless lifetimes. Open your palm beneath the sun, quietly witnessing meetings of distant past lives. No one is truly far from me, nor I from them. If someone is wounded, my spirit aches in empathy. If someone smiles, my footsteps match their lightness. Who would guess a single passionate heart could embrace humanity